What's up, guys? So there's some pretty spicy drama going on right now between the Fextralife, Fextralife, whatever the name of the the wiki site, and the Baldur's Gate 3 community. So we'll go through some key points, and we're not going to go through the whole accusation post and the response because they're both super long, and I'll just save you guys the time of having to read that. I kind of went down a rabbit hole with some of the things that has been going on, for the years that they've been around. So we're jumping to it. All right. All right, so I'll start off by saying that this is not, if this is your first time on my channel, this is not the kind of content that I usually create. I'm not a drama merchant or a witch doctor hunter or witch doctor, witch hunter that Fextralife made in their response. That's not the kind of content that I make. But I've been seeing this go around in the circles that I'm in, and I know that a lot of the games that Fextralife, makes guides for and has wikis for, are a lot of the games that I play and a lot of the games I know that you guys play. So I figured it makes sense for me to make a video about it. So when I started doing the research for this video, I didn't really feel one way or the other about Fextralife. I had used their stuff before, back when I was playing Dark Souls and I didn't know what I was doing. I would, I'd look up items, I'd look up upgrade paths, things like that. And then also too in Divinity Original Sin 2, when I played that, I didn't play the original Divinity, so I didn't know anything about the game, and so I was basically a noob in that game too. So I used their guides, just more of their build guides for that game, just to kind of figure out what to do because I didn't know what to do. So I didn't really have one way or the other I felt about them. If I felt the content was good, I'd used it. If I didn't, I would go somewhere else, right? So but what kind of caught me off guard is when doing the research for this video, just how much vitriol and how much just hatred there was towards Fextralife, and that of course got me digging and really figuring out, okay, why do people feel this way about these guys? I mean, I know that they embed their Twitch stream, right? But that can't be the only reason, right? There's got to be more to this. And so I'll put some links in the comments so you guys can read. There's some controversy that's happened over the years for very similar to what's going on right now. So, but yeah, we'll get into it. So right now they're being accused of essentially Reddit manipulation. So on the subreddit for Baldur's Gate 3, there's a Baldur's Gate 3 build guides subreddit, and essentially they were accused of manipulating any posts that were negative towards them. And the moderator of the Reddit posted this big long thread basically saying, this is all the stuff that they're doing. Their domain's going to be banned from this subreddit, and then essentially claiming to do a test, but he didn't post the results of the test, and it was more kind of like, hey, I did this thing and this thing happened, and so therefore these guys are guilty. So kind of sus at best, right? Also too, when you take into account that this guy runs a website that is marketed as a alternative to Fextralife, there's definitely a conflict of interest there. So it's hard to really take that at face value, right? Not see that there might be some ulterior motives there. But with that being said, there is some prior accusations spanning over the years of things of this very nature happening before on other games from Fextralife. So there might be some truth to it, but it's hard to tell without having any hard evidence. And of course, Fextralife in their response, they denied it, but they didn't give any specifics on how they couldn't have been doing it. They claimed to not know Reddit bots existed. I feel like that might be a little bit disingenuous, but anyways, they denied it. These guys accused him of it, and there's really no evidence one way or the other, so it's kind of just a he said, she said kind of thing. Yeah, so there's that. The second big thing they're being accused of is viewbotting. Now, they don't viewbot. So what they do is they embed. So I guess let me clarify the difference, right? So for those of you guys who don't know, viewbotting is essentially you literally get bots to watch your stream, and they're fake viewers, right? Embedding, and I could see how people can make the correlation between the two. It's not exactly the same thing. It is similar, but it's not exactly the same thing. So embedding your stream is essentially putting your Twitch stream into a website, and then when people are on that website, that stream is playing in the background and it counts as a viewer for them on Twitch, right? So This is a legal practice. Twitch allows this. They actually encourage this because any ads that are played on the stream while you're on that site counts as ad revenue, both for Twitch and for the advertiser. So Twitch encourages it because it makes them more money. So is it scummy that they do this? Not really. I mean, it is a tool. You have to keep in mind they did build out a successful site that uses the, they're using the embed. So anybody can do an embed, right? You could do an embed. I could do an embed, but I don't have a site where there's tens of thousands of people that are going to where the embed would do anything, right? So you can't really get mad at them for using the tool that's being provided to them by Twitch. Now, what would be scummy, and I don't know if any creators are doing this, but Twitch actually doesn't specify the size needed for an embed or even the volume that it needs to be played at. So what you could do is you could literally have an embed that's, the smallest amount possible, like 1 pixel by 1 pixel, or I mean, I'm not sure if that's the smallest, but I mean, I haven't messed with an embed, but whatever the smallest is, where basically you can't see it or barely see it, like that embed would still count, right? And you could put the volume at 1 so you literally can't hear it. So that would be scummy. So if they were doing that, then I would get the accusations, or if they were doing something similar, it was like really small and you couldn't really see it. But I mean, it is pretty prominently displayed on their website. So they're not lying about it. They're not being shady about it. It's just right there. So whether or not now, if you feel that Twitch shouldn't have this, and this is kind of disingenuous, like I totally understand that. But there's nothing that they're doing wrong, that Fextralife is doing wrong. So that's basically the gist of the drama. I'll post both the comments, the initial accusation post, as well as the response post. And then also there's some pretty juicy drama that I found from years ago for the same stuff. I'll post that link as well. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. So my thoughts on the whole thing, I definitely think there's probably some truth to the accusations because there have been multiple accusations from other people in the past about doing the same thing that Fextralife is being accused of now, but there's no proof really, so it's hard to really say for sure that it is happening. And especially since the way that the Reddit moderator went about it, I think if he would have been a little bit smarter about it, he could have probably provided some evidence that would be a bit more convincing. But as of right now, he really doesn't have anything that says, yeah, this for sure happened. Like here's the screenshots, here's the receipts, right? This is what happened. So it's tough to say if it really did happen. And then as far as the viewbotting or not the viewbotting, but the embedding goes, it kind of is what it is, man. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing for Twitch because it does manipulate categories, right? So and it's more so in the smaller games, right? So if, for example, right, the communities that seem to be really upset with Fextralife, at least from my research that I saw, were like the smaller gaming communities, like Albion Online, Eve Online. So if Fextralife were to jump into streaming, for whatever reason, they started streaming Albion Online. Like right now, Albion Online, I think they've got 4.3k viewers, right? The top person has got 878 viewers right now. So if they were to jump into Albion Online and start streaming that, they would push all of those other content creators down, right? So I understand that part of it where people will be upset because it does affect in a smaller category because that in a small category, like being on the first couple pages, it's huge, right? Now if they were doing it in a bigger category, like if they're streaming like Diablo or like League of Legends, for example, right? I know they don't do that, but like a huge category where there's a lot of different streamers and there's a lot of viewers, it doesn't really affect the game or the content creators because it's not really shifting anybody out. But in a smaller category, you are pushing people out that would normally be in that top spot or in those top couple spots. So I can see the argument, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell to let you know when we upload new content. Like I said, this is not normally the kind of content that I make, so I probably won't do another video like this again unless there's something that I feel like I need to cover. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll see you guys.